If you're considering getting this curtain, let me help you. This thing is exceptionally well built, and I love this curtain. I've needed this thing for so long because prior to this, I'm actually going to show you what I had in place of this curtain right now. This is what I currently have, which is less than ideal because anyone coming in from our warehouse can walk past and see what I have going on. And if I have customers in here, the privacy isn't there. And then if you're coming in through our lobby, the same thing. My wife has a door, but I don't. So, and this curtain is not cutting it because it's just easy for people to, it's just not it. I feel like when you have like a door or something solid, people are more likely to, not want to just barge in on you. So this is what it currently looks like, and then we're gonna transform it shortly. So you see what I was working with, it was less than ideal, and now this curtain have come in and fixed all of that problem for me. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you all the stuff I love about this, and I'm also gonna show you how to install it. So if you're like me and you like to buy a product and watch the tutorial instead of reading the manual, then this video is definitely for you. So stick around and see the tutorial on how to set it up, and you kind of see some of the mistakes I made so you don't make that mistake. All right, getting into this thing, man, I love this thing. Check this out. It is so butter smooth. Like, it slides really easy and it doesn't make much sound. Let me stop talking so you can hear it. That's the sound that it makes. Barely hear it. I love the fact that you can use this thing right here that is included, and you can just button it together. So if you want it out of the way and tidy, boom, just like that. Now you have it bunched up together, just like that. And if you want it spread, you just unbutton it and you spread it. And as you can see, our AC just turned on, so it blows, breeze is fine. It's not flapping all over the place. It is definitely a blackout curtain because I'm gonna show you in a second what it looks like from the inside, even with this light shining on it, okay? So this is on the inside. You see the lights out there, but look, it is fully blacked out, like blackout curtain for sure. Like, it's incredible. I love this thing. And in the installation, I'll tell you all about this thing, but look, it is in a track, okay? It's in a track, and it's really easy to install. Like, it's really easy to install and deal with. Like, I am like, man, first step is to measure your door frame where you're gonna have the tracks laid. And it is important to note that you're laying the tracks underneath the door frame. So getting a precise measurement is important for the following steps that come after this. So make sure you measure it accurately. They have this measuring tape included, and it makes it really easy to do so. And I love that it's a flexible tape, so you can get really precise. For my own sake, I am using the inches side of the measuring tape because I understand how inches work. Makes sense to me. So for this exactly, it is 36 inches for me. So my door frame is exactly 36 inches, okay? 36 inches. And I think I wanted more dead center, so it's 36 inches. And then this section of the door is about for me is 5.5 inches, and I wanted that center, so I'm gonna say I am going to aim to place the tracks between, so after 2 inches, I'll start the track. So, okay, so I know 2 inches. So I'm actually gonna mark that off for my own case. I say the measuring aspect is probably your most important and crucial aspect, because if you don't measure correctly, your door is gonna turn out kinda weird. Okay, so I'm marking off my 2. That's where I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna do the same thing on this side so that I make sure that everything just lines up as good as possible. Okay, so now 36 inches, just double check it, 36 inches, yeah, we're on Yes, 36 inches. Okay, good. Now on to the next step. For the next step, we're gonna connect the tracks. And the point here is to connect as many tracks as you think you need. Then you measure the length of the track, and if it exceeds what you need, you use this saw, which is included in the package, to cut it to the exact, The next step is to connect the tracks using these connectors. And then you connect as long as you think you're gonna need. Then you measure it, and if it exceeds what you need, use this saw that is included in the package to cut it down to exactly what you need. Because again, you need you need the tracks to fit right under your door frame. So to connect them, you have the connectors facing forward, so facing up, okay? So you take the track, slide this connector in, and then you link it to the next one. Now, the next step after this step, I'm actually sorry, before I jump to the next step, try to balance, see what I did here, and my connector slid too far down one section. So try to balance it before you connect it. Okay, doing it better this time. I'm only going about halfway in, and then I can slide this in so that there's more balance, okay? There's no flex, there's no budge, which is great. Now, for my own sake, I figured out that I need just three connected. So therefore, now the step that is after this is to slide these in. So you're supposed to take these and then, so if yours is not already included like mine are, and they're separate, then you just take them. See this groove here? That groove goes right into this, just like this, okay? And you just slide them in. But for my own sake, fortunately, it's already included, and I have this end cap already here. So I don't need to do too much. So what I need to do from here is just add my connection piece and then connect them. Boom, done. All right, so now I have it linked. I'm going to measure to see if this exceeds my length. And yes, I've done this before. It definitely exceeds my length. So we're gonna cut it. But for demonstration purposes, I'm gonna show you. So I'm starting on the side here, and I'm running all the way down. So this is 30 inches and 36. So 36 for me ends right here. So what I'm going to do, because now I need to saw it, I'm gonna mark it off. Yeah, it's a close approximation. And then also for me, so if you see, this is where the end cap is, and then I'm basically getting rid of the rest of these. So I was almost close, and I really want mine to go all the way through. So I'm gonna definitely cut it here. All right. Now we're gonna go through the process. I'm gonna disconnect the tracks so I can just focus on this piece, and I'm gonna cut it, rejoin it, and then we'll move on to the next step. All right, now we end up with this, and then what I think I'm gonna do is the part that I sawed is what I'm gonna connect to and then I'm gonna use it as end, but let's see, that's not decided yet. All right, so let's see. So this is an end piece, and the reason why the end piece is important is because without the end piece, these things will slide out the end, like they just fall off, which you don't want. See, it falls off. So you don't want that, which is why having an end piece makes sense. So I am going to use the part that I sawed, see if that connects okay. And yes, it does. Awesome. So then I'm going to put the end piece right here. Oh, sorry. I was like, why isn't that working? You got to loosen the screw a little bit. And just like before, you have the tool included. So loosen the screw just a bit. Okay. And then slide it in. Then it should go almost ready. Okay, now it should slide. Yep, now it slides in just fine, and then you could tighten down the screw. And now this end piece is stuck and it's not going anywhere. You could probably go all the way, but it's okay. I don't think you needed that much. So then look, now everything stays exactly as they need to. All right, so that's done. On to the next step. The next step is to peel this sticker, this red sticker. You peel it and then you stick for lack of better words, stick the sticky part to your wall, to the door frame, okay? So, which isn't too difficult to get to. All right, so sticky part goes onto your door frame, and we're gonna go ahead and install it now. All right, this is my door frame. I'm gonna now completely peel and stick. And if you remember, I made the measurements here of where I want, where I want my how I want it centered. So now we'll do the peel all the way. All right, here goes. I'll line it up to that middle piece where I said I wanted it to be. And then I'm gonna everything lined up perfectly. Wowzers. Awesome. Now I'll just go ahead and apply pressure. Wow. Man, that was satisfying. Look, that is why measuring first is so key. If you don't measure first, and if you don't figure out, so what I did an extra is just make sure that you figure out where you want the center to be. Like, that's important. So measure the length, figure out the center, so that when you align it, it's not off, it's not weird. And then once you get to this point, everything just lines up well, and it's really satisfying. It just kind of snapped in place. It's like, oh, so good. Just apply a little bit more pressure, make sure it's all good, and then you're good to go. I also want to mention that if for some reason you're not able to use this solution, which is the just using the adhesive that is included with it, it provided these clamps, and basically what you would do is, like, your track will go into this, and then you will be able to then so it will be more like this. You will be able to run your screw through, and that should hold it up. Okay, so there's instructions included in this. If that ends up being your case, you could follow that instruction and use these. But if that's not your case and what I just did here is what you need, then at this point you're basically done. Now, me personally, I'm secured with the strength of this thing, but I'm actually going to do something a little extra. I'm actually going to take these screws and I'm going to run them through here, okay, just to give myself a little extra peace of mind. So this is not an additional or necessary step, it's just what I'm choosing to do. Straight out of the box, okay? We're gonna unroll it and see what it's all about. So that's one side, and then this is the other side, okay? For me, I want the black side facing outward. On the inside here are the hooks that we're gonna be using to complete the step. So is that what it looks like? Okay, all right, on to the next step. All right, we're gonna go ahead and hook the curtain into the holes as instructed. Okay, so you take this hook, move them out here, you can see. All right, cool. So next step, now we're gonna hook the curtain. So you take these hooks that's on the inside of the curtain, and you slide them on in. And boom, there we have it. Job is done. Wowzers. I am incredibly impressed by how well built this thing is. This is exceptionally good. Like, wow. You know, I was curious to see what would happen with the length here, but the length, like the length of this thing matches perfectly with the length of my door. Now I'm gonna measure my door so that you know what you're getting into for yourself. So 1 second. 81 inches long. So 81 inches, and this all is about like roughly an inch off the ground. So I'm gonna say this is about 80 inches tall. So it looks incredible, and I am so happy with it. Let's do some sliding test. Butter smooth, like it's butter smooth. Wow, rolls easy, and with that additional screws we added, I have that additional confidence that it's not going anywhere. And honestly, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add one more screw in the middle here, just so I have that extra security, know that this thing is not gonna, you know, fall off. And then I love this part of it, that you can basically keep it tidy with this here. Like, look at this. Boom. So freaking cool. I also wanted to mention that inside the curtain here, you have magnets that they come included, and then you have these. Right, so like this is, so if you wanted to stick this to the wall so that your curtain just kind of sticks, you know, to the either side of the wall, you can do that. For my own purposes, I don't really need it, but I'm gonna do the installation just for the sake of, you know, demonstration. But I don't really need it. I kind of want mine to flow freely wherever I take it to. So peel and stick. Okay, let me just check my, and this thing is very sticky. Okay, so be careful. It might peel your paint, okay? So check it again. This is where, right here, this is where I want mine. Okay, about here. Okay, I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna stick roughly here. Now, the curtain just kind of glues to it, see? There you have it. So it's not like a super strong magnet, but it just kind of, you know, just helps it stay on one side so it's not flapping around. So if you're considering getting this item, get off the fence, go get this thing right now, and I hope you love it as much as I love it.